Hi everyone, I'm Sania Farooqui and I'm thrilled to kickstart a new season of the Sania Farooqui Show in partnership with Doria Feminist Fund, the first feminist fund in the MENA region. It's an activist-driven fund that supports feminist movement building, knowledge production and collective learning in the Middle East and North Africa, founded by feminist activist Mohsin Hassan. Its core feminist principles are that of solidarity, collaboration, diversity and community engagement. Joining us today, we have Alia Awada, a feminist journalist and activist. Alia is also the co-founder of an organization called Nota, the Feminist Lab, and co-founder of both Female and the feminist portal called Sharika Walakin. I hope I've pronounced it correctly. She has over 14 years of work experience with media, advocacy, digital campaigning with a special focus on social behavioral change. One of the campaigns she worked on, Undress 522, was awarded the UN SDG Action for the most impactful campaign globally. In today's episodes, we are going to be discussing a little about her organization, what made her start them, and then we're going to dive into discussing challenges faced by women in the MENA region, touching upon personal status law, violence against women, especially honor crimes, and the importance of feminist knowledge and production. Thank you so much, Alia, for joining us. It is truly wonderful to have you on the Sania Farooqui Show today.
Thank you, Sania, for having me.
So, Alia, you recently launched a new organization called Nota, the Feminist Lab. You're a co-founder there. Tell us a little about it, and also what does the word Nota mean and what does it signify?
Yeah, actually, Sania is Nota is more a feminist lab. It's a lab where we cook a lot of content related to feminists in the MENA region, but not only that, also everything related to women and girls. Whether we're speaking about knowledge production for awareness raising, or knowledge production for advocacy and campaigning, or knowledge production for fun, for women to enjoy everything related to their bodies, their lives, and all of that. Nota means period in English, and in Nota, we meant to use this term to say, like, after every ending statement, the women can start a new beginnings, have new beginnings, can start their lives, even if the experience was tough. They are strong enough to take a break and then restart their lives again. Also, the period means that the end of discussion when it's related to feminism and gender and women's rights, and especially in the MENA region, it means that we will be rewriting our stories. We will be taking back the narrative and reclaiming back the narrative of women and girls in our countries and telling the stories in our own ways.
Nice. So Nota basically means you mean business. It's a full stop.
Yeah.
So what do you think would be the best way to reach out and connect with women and society in general in the MENA region? What is the importance of feminist knowledge, something that you've spoken about quite often? Does it get accepted easily?
Actually, Sania, it depends on the topic we're speaking about. We know there's a lot of taboos in our region that when we start speaking about it, we start being attacked and all of that. However, I think women and girls in our region deserves to be aware of a lot of issues that would facilitate their lives. This is one, and two, to help them to have all the legal, if I can say, narrative that they can have it and make decisions based on it. When we speak about reaching out to the MENA, to the women and girls in the MENA region, it depends. So let's say a woman is living in remote areas, we will not be able to reach out to her through the digital media platforms, or even through the traditional media. Door to door and more community mobilization work would be the best. However, if we accept it or not, we are now in the digitalization world. And we as women, we have to take our place there, because it's our right to be there, and we have to use these platforms to the maximum, and to for the benefit of the movement, for the benefit of the women and girls, and try to reach out the maximum we can. Also, it depends on the type of content and the type of knowledge we are trying to reach out women and girls through. We try as much as possible to design a content that would work with the audience we're targeting. And it's not easy, to be honest. There's a lot of content there. There's a lot of backlash from some patriarchal closed societies that try to shut down every voice that would advocate for women and girls. So this make our mission a bit hard, but not impossible.
Yeah. And you've worked with multiple organizations and on various campaigns. Tell us a little about those campaigns and what were the issues that you were covering and what was the impact of those campaigns? Do campaigns work successfully in this region?
Yes. Definitely, and especially when it's related to social behavioral change and trying to understand before the attitudes and behavior of the audience and the public regarding specific issues, and then campaigning to try to challenge these behaviors and attitude and turn it in favor of women and girls. I've been working focusing on campaigns for women's rights and child rights, and then specific for refugees in Lebanon. We have a lot of Palestinian and Syrian refugees who are facing like very vulnerable situations and challenging situations. So we were trying our best to advocate for that. The campaigns I've been working on is to fight domestic violence, is to fight sexual crimes, is to call for the rights of kids and all of that. To be honest, campaigning is very challenging, yet is very impactful, and especially when it's done on a national level or a regional level, when you have a lot of support from sister organizations and also a network of activists and influencers who can spread the message in a very strong way. This would help us at two levels. The first one is to put pressure on the governments we are targeting in order to change a specific policy, like we did with the 522 and 522 article in Lebanon, which was allowing the rapist to escape the punishment and the prison if they marry the victim. So we managed through to very impactful public campaigning and very strong lobbying and advocacy work with the parliament, we were able to remove and repeal this article. But this wasn't only by us, but also by the network of the other organizations and also the public who were supporting us through the public campaigning work. And this is the power of the campaigns.
And one of the very crucial challenges that women often face in MENA region is personal status law, which again stems from the patriarchy and misogyny. Has anything changed over the years? Where does it stand now? Are women still controlled the way they were controlled, a few years ago?
Yeah, definitely, Sania, because the personal status law in most of the region but Tunisia are based on the Sharia, the Islamic Sharia. If I can allow me to give Lebanon as an example. In Lebanon, we have 18 confessions in our country between Muslim and Christians, and we have 15 personal status laws. And these 15 personal status laws are discriminating against women in marriage and divorce and custody in a very big way. Like even the discrimination is not only against women, but it's between women and women. So you can find like with the Shia personal status law, you can only have the custody for your kids until the age of 2 for boy. So when he's above 2, the custody will go to the father, and 5 to 7 for the girl. But if you go to the Sunni personal status law, it will be 12 for the girl and 15 for the boy. And also if you go to the Orthodox and others. So even that these personal status law are discriminating against women, they are also discriminating between women and women. In addition, these personal status law are very, very, very oppressing to women in our country, Lebanon. I mean, women sometimes they are facing violence in their domestic violence in their homes, but they cannot ask for divorce because they are afraid of losing the custody of their kids. This is one. Two, a lot of families in our Arab region, if the woman asks for divorce, she will be killed because of what they called honor. And this word that I say they called because I don't believe in this, that honor is related to women of the families. It's related to some set of values, not related to women at all. It's something related to values as communities and as person, no matter what is my gender. Also, because these personal status law are based on the religion and Sharia and all of that, it's very hard for us to change it. Like in Lebanon, there's a campaign is calling for increasing the age of the custody for Shia community, but it has been like running for a long time, and like we're trying our best to support and try to make changes, but it's very hard. But it's very hard to change the law. However, we're trying to, or we managed to get some wins for a few women. But even if we did that, the solution is by changing the laws and having civil laws that look to women and deal with women as citizens in these countries and not as properties of religions or properties of families.
Talking about honor crime is also something we often hear. It's very much existing, so socially, culturally, or even using religion as a tool. What are your comments on that, and what needs to be done and done urgently to prevent the practice to continue from happening?
Yes. Unfortunately, the honor crime is a practice that is very widely happening in our countries in the MENA region. Unfortunately, the laws are supporting these crimes, especially that is when it's related to honor. Like the law can just be blind when it's related to this crime, and they deal with it as the woman was a property of the family, and then the man had the right to kill her and end her life. And the reasons behind that is, yeah, I cannot even imagine. Like for Isra Ghraib in Palestine, she was killed because she posted a photo on Instagram with her fiance. Another girl, like 12 years old in Iraq, she was killed by her famous YouTuber dad because she opened the door for a stranger. Another woman was killed in Saudi Arabia because she opened a Snapchat account. I mean, you might think that these reasons are silly, but behind these reasons, we have a mentality that is saying that I'm the man, I have the power to end the lives of every single woman in my family because she is my property and she belongs to me, and I can do whatever I want to end her life, and she cannot take any decisions. She only have to respond to my request and be under my orders. unfortunately, the governments in our countries are not taking these crimes very seriously, and that's why they are increasing in a very dangerous way. And now with the social media, we are now very aware of these crimes. Before, we weren't be able to hear about it because we didn't have digital media, and traditional media were hesitant to cover this type of crimes. But now with the digital media and with all this solidarity between women across the region, we are able to hear about these crimes who are increasing.
Since we're running out of time, I wanted to ask you a lot more questions, but my last question is, moving forward, what do you hope to achieve through your newly launched co-founded organization, Nota, the Feminist Lab?
Actually, what we want is that every single woman and girl, Arab speaking, I mean, in our region, would find a safe space to voice her needs and voice her thoughts, no matter what these thoughts are. Nota, we want Nota to be a safe space for these women to talk or to give us the messages for us to deliver on her behalf. We want Nota to be a strong feminist lab where we spread the knowledge in a very high quality feminist production that would have really high influence on the social behavioral change of the public audience in favor of women.
Good luck on that. And thank you so much for joining us and coming on the Sania Farooqui show, and for this excellent, very in-depth conversation. And wish you all the very best of luck. And thank you again.
Thank you so much, Sania, and great work. You're doing great work. Keep it up.
Thank you so much. It's because we have such amazing solidarity and understanding that I'm also able to tell the stories and meet amazing women like you from different parts of the world. So thank you so much. And for those of you who've tuned in, thank you so much for watching. I hope you will subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Spotify. As always, I will continue bringing these powerful stories and voices to you. So stay tuned and see you soon.